Hi everyone, welcome to estudy.in. In this video, we will be doing looping techniques. Okay, so we will learn how to loop through some of the data structures like dictionary, sets, lists, etc. So for this topic, it would be good if you have a thorough understanding of dictionaries and of tuples and lists, etc. So if you have any problem with these, I suggest that you please go through those videos, because some of the functions like items and other functions which I'll be using are covered in the dictionaries videos. Okay, dictionaries, the video which I've made on dictionaries, right? So now let's start. So firstly, we will be looping through a dictionary using the items function, as I've explained here. So we will because in the previous video when I explained dictionaries, I told you what is the syntax of items function. So using the now we know that the items function returns key value pair, so we will loop through this. So let's see how this can be done. So here is an example which I've taken. So if you see this example, we have a dictionary of 3 elements, 3 key value pairs: name, department and salary. And to loop through this, we will use this syntax. Okay, here k and v are any variables, so you can, instead of k and v, you can take any other names. So this is how we are printing, and this is how the output would be. So let us try out this command. Now here I'll be creating a dictionary, so we will say let's say a is equal to, and we will use this dict constructor, which will be constructors will be covering later, but as of now just like know that creating a dictionary, to create a dictionary you can use this. Okay, so dict, and here we'll say name is equal to, we can give any name, xyz, comma, here the next key is age is equal to 12, comma, let's say or instead of age, let's take department is equal to this, and salary is equal to, let's give some number here, right? And we close this. So now we have created a dictionary. So if you print it, this is what we get, right? Now the curly braces around this will tell you that this is a dictionary. Now to loop through this, I'll use for I, comma, j in a dot items, right? And indentation, of course. So here we will print I, comma, j, right? Oops, the brackets, I, comma, j, right? And that's it. So it prints like this. Now if you want those exactly like this key value, you want this colon, then you have to print it yourself, like you have to use a print notation. So we'll say for I, comma, j in a dot items, and put a colon here. Now we will say print I, comma, double quotes, put a colon here, double quotes, comma, j. Okay, and enter, and so you see we get the list like this. So this is key value, key value, key value. So when you use the items function, it has been explained, but again items function will first give you the first key value pair, that means this, then it gives you the second key value, then it gives you the third key value. So this is how the items function is used. Okay, now moving on, next is how do we loop through a sequence data type like lists. So what we can do is we know that that in lists we have indexes, and the first index or the first position is 0. So we can retrieve the index and the corresponding value by using the enumerate function. Okay, so let us see the example of enumerate function. If you see, we have a list here where we have 3 colors, and what we are doing is we are saying for I, comma, j in enumerate and the list name of the list. Now as I told you previously, an enumerate function will return you the index and the value associated with that index. So here this is the output which you will get, because the index of red is 0. So first it prints the index, then it prints the value, then second index which is 1, and then the value. At one position we have this, and then the third index, and then the value. So this is how the enumerate function can be used. So let us try this, and here we are going to create a list. So let's say v is equal to, and we have some colors here, red and green and blue. Okay, and we print this list, so we get like this, right? Now we will use for I, comma, j in enumerate. Okay, and what is the name of the list? It is v. So enumerate v colon. Now we will print I, comma, If you want some space in between or any other symbol you can give. So I'll let you give a space, comma, J. Okay. That's it. So you see we get this output, index and the value, second index, the value, third index and the value. So this is how the enumerate function will work, right? Okay, next is moving on to next. Here, to loop over 2 or more sequences at the same time, we can use zip function. So let us understand what a zip function will do through the through this example. Here I have 2 lists. Okay, in the first list I have these 3 values, and the second list I have these 3 values. So how the list function will do is, it will pick up the first value from the first list and the first value from the second list and pair them up. Similarly, it is going to pick the second value from both the lists and pick them up, okay, and pair them up. Okay, so here we have, see, if the example for I in zip a comma b, print I. So if you use this notation, as I told you, what the zip would do is, it would combine the first value from both the lists. So this is the output. This is what you will get, name and the corresponding value from the second list. Similarly, in the second list, the zip function would zip up or combine the second 2 values. So it does that, right? But if you want it like this, like if you want the values in 2 separate variables, like unpacking, we have done sort of unpacking. So what it will do is, we can use it like this. Here we have used one variable I. So instead of just using I, here we are saying for I comma j in zip a comma b. So the first value from A, which is name, will go in I, and the first value from B, which is ASD, will go in J. And then we are printing both the variables. Okay, so let's try it out. So let us create 2 lists here. Okay, so let us create a list here. A is equal to let's write name comma department comma sal, right? We have this first list, and another second list where we have textual values, let's say comma department comma salary. Okay, we have these 2 lists. Now to loop through these, we'll say for I in zip a comma b, and then we will print I, and that's it. So you see we get this. Now this notation we are getting because, as I told you, zip function, it zips up the first values from both the lists. So it will pair them up like this. Okay, but if you want the values to be stored in 2 different variables, then we will use this notation for I comma j in zip a comma b, and then we will write print I comma j. Okay, and right, and let's see. Okay, so you see now we are getting the value of I is name, and then the value of j is ASD, then the second value of I is the key DEPT, and the second value of j is MKT, and the third value of I is sal, and the third value of j is 10,000. So this is how the zip function can be used. Okay, now moving on, now we have here another, like here I've given a demo of this format function. Okay, you see this format function. So let us it is the same example, but I've printed it using format function. Okay, so what the format function will do is, see here, we, instead of simply printing the name and the value of that name, like name and ASD, we want name like this, what's your name and what's your age, with this message. So the message has to be in double quotes. So what we can do is, we can use these annotations here. In the curly brackets we put a 0 here, right, and then again in the curly bracket we have put a 1 here. Now this means 0 means the first argument and 1 means the second argument. So in the format function, if you see we have passed 2 arguments, I comma j. So I is the first argument, j is the second argument, right? So what it will do is, this is the first argument, so wherever you have 0, it will print the value of I, and wherever you have 1, so it will print j. So you see the first value, when it loops through this, the first value when you zip it, a and b, so we'll have name, and this in j we'll have ASD. So here, so what's your 0, so it will print what's your name and its ASD, and similarly what's your age, it will print 1, that means this second value 12, and so on. Okay, so let's try this example. So we already have this list in place here. We have a list A, okay, and we have a list B, and we'll write for I comma j in zip A comma B as we wrote earlier, and now we will write print, and in double quotes we'll write what's your, and now instead of writing this we'll write in curly brackets 0, and this is the first argument, and then we will answer its, and then in curly brackets we'll write 1, okay, and now we'll close the double quotes, and now we'll put a dot here and we will write format, okay. So format function, and now we'll pass I comma j and close it, right? So this is how it has to be done. So remember to put the dot here, so that means along with the message you want to combine the values, so you can use these curly brackets and the number of the arguments, right? 0, 1, 2. If instead of 2 we had 3, then we'll write 0, 1 and 2. So remember, it starts from the left. I is the 0th argument, j is the first argument, okay. So now we'll press enter. So you see we're getting the first key value, second key second value, third key third value, okay. So this is how the format function can be used to print the values in this format, okay. I hope it is clear. And now we move on to the next, okay. Next is, okay, we have done this, and now to loop over a sequence in a sorted order, use the sorted function. Now I told you in the previous video that when you use the sorted function, it will actually sort the list in place. That means actual original list will be sorted. But if you do not want that the original list to be sorted, you want the original list should remain unchanged, and you just want to return a new list. So this is how it can be used. So what we can do is we have a list here, and we say for I in sorted A. So when you print the value of I here, the original list will remain in this order only. It will not be altered. We'll just get the output in the sorted order. Okay. So let us see this. We already have this list here. Okay. Or let us create a new list. Let's say B is equal to. So let us say B is equal to, and let's put some colors here. So we have red. Okay. Green. Blue and pink, and let me put red again. Okay, so we have this list, right? Let's print it. Now we will say for I in sorted B, and we will print I. Okay, and so you see we are getting it in the sorted order, right? Now if you print the original list, you will see that the original list has not changed. The order of the original list is still unsorted, right? Now let us see one more example on this. For I in sorted, and then I will use set and B. So if you remember, in set we cannot have duplicate values, okay. So let's see what it will do. It will remove the duplicate values. See, we have a red here, we have a red here. So when you say sorted and then you say set, so it would remove the duplicate values from the set. Okay, so print I. So we are combining two functions together, right? So you see blue, green and pink and red. So when I print the original list remains intact. No change in the original list. Only the output here has been given in the way that we want, sorted and removed with a duplicate value, right? So these are some of the looping techniques, and I hope you like the video, and please as it is, please don't forget to click on the like button, and please do subscribe to my channel estudy.in, and thanks for watching, and please leave your comments in the comment section, and do click on the bell icon to get the notifications for the next video. Thanks for watching estudy.in.